Hey everyone, we're back on the Ford again. Like I said before in the previous video, go give that one a watch. We're gonna work on brakes. Right now the brakes are completely non-existent. The reservoir is completely dry and I put new fluid in there and the back reservoir is completely empty. I haven't dug in yet, but that's where it went. So gotta crawl under there, see what's going on. Probably got some brake line we got to do look at. And apparently this came with a couple different brake drums that I can see. This does have front and rear drums. So I need to dig into the fronts and the rears. I was going to pull off one tire of each side and see what I needed. I don't want to just order and hopefully it's right, or order both and spend so much extra money. And then I have to try to work out returning and all that other BS. So, idea. Pulling off one on this side, one over there. See what I actually need as far as drum shoes and hardware. More than likely wheel cylinders. We're going to replace it anyways. Let's just go in, replace it new. Then we don't have to worry about the brakes. Once I get that off, look under there and see what I need for brake line. More than likely, this has been sitting for a long time and they've never been replaced. Brake hoses, like I said, all new brakes going on this thing. And I did some digging around and I did find from Speedway Motors a power brake conversion for the drums. So that is for sure going to happen. Not 100% at everything else I might need. I'm going to look into that some more, but at least I can get the brake booster and master cylinder on here. And then, it's bad enough we have drum brakes, but at least they'll be power drum brakes and hopefully help the situation out a little bit. But yeah, let's get this thing up on jacks and start digging into it. All right, tires off. Looking at these, I'm guessing they're 11-inch, which is better because those were the cheaper ones. The 10-inch were quite a bit more expensive. Must be more common to be the 11-inch or whatnot. Digging in here, just looking right off the bat. Yeah, I am definitely replacing all the soft lines. That's no bueno. And then the hard lines, I mean, they're there. They look like hell. I think it's going to really depend on if I can get them off. That one, yeah, it looks like I messed up that one. So at one point I had to put the skid steer forks, we had pallet forks on it, under here and tried to push and lift and whatnot, and missed the rear end. Well, at one point the truck kind of sunk and it went up and the forks went down, and I grabbed the top of the pumpkin real quick and it looks like I kind of hit that line. So I might be replacing that anyways, which I'm not really opposed to. It doesn't look very good. Brakes are kind of a touchy thing. I'd rather have really good brakes, safety item and whatnot. But all right, let's get the shoes off, double check the measurement, and start looking at everything else we need. Yay. All right, let's see what kind of brakes we got here. That was nice. This comes right off. Oh wow, those shoes and everything actually look really good. Those look pretty new, actually. And the drums. I mean, yeah. I don't know if we need to order a bunch of stuff. I got my concerns about the wheel cylinder and whatnot. Thing's been sitting forever. Those shoes are like new. Here, just get you in there. Those shoes are like brand new. Just sitting so long, that wheel cylinder doesn't give me any sort of confidence. So might just be able to get away with wheel cylinder. Obviously the soft line again is a must. Looks like there's another soft line right there. It didn't show anything about that one. Shoot, I'll have to look that up. I don't have any confidence in soft lines when they sit so long, but all right, well, that's some good news. I'll gonna dig in here a little bit more, and yeah, while we're here, what do we got? What do we got? We have 11-inch. Perfect. Okay, good. Those are nice and easy. All right. Well, maybe let's go see what we got going on in the back. Maybe we got the same thing. All right, let's see if the gears will come off so easily. Oh, again, those are brand new. Yeah. I'm not going to replace those. I might just hit those with a wire wheel. Yep, 11s. I might just hit those with a wire wheel and give them a good paint job again, and then throw them back on. Like that's actually really, really good news. All right. Well, yeah, let's see here. See, those even look. Those are. Yeah, there's no reason to replace those. Not covered in oil or anything. So yeah, I was gonna say, can you? Yeah, there's no oil or anything on that one either. I should probably check the fluid, make sure the diff has fluid in it. I don't think my brake part cable is working though. What do you think? Here, it's kind of hard to see. Shaky camera, there you go. What do you think? Think that brake part cable's working? Kind of need that when you got a manual. All right, well, I'm not buying rotors or drums. Obviously not buying rotors, but I think I'm still gonna hate my life and buy some wheel cylinders just so I can make sure that those aren't gonna all of a sudden pop leaks, because those are rubber seals, so they'll probably go bad. And from there, we'll just see what else. Let's go dig into these lines here, see how brittle they are, because there is that one where the leak is happening coming back this way. So for sure need to figure out what's going on there. And yeah, but this is really good news. Yeah, not going to be as expensive as I thought it was. Well, I'm under here, and I can't find out where that brake fluid was coming from, because the brake lines look fine here all the way. There's a union right there, which, you know, isn't always the best to have in your brake lines, but it's there nonetheless, not leaking. And then we got all kinds of fluid up here. Problem with that is I had ATF in the cylinders, so I don't know where all that's coming from. I don't see anything new anywhere as far as front or rear on the brake lines. So why is the rear reservoir completely empty? So I think what I'm going to end up having to do, unfortunately, is I'm going to have to put more brake fluid in it and then just kind of hang out under here and see where it drips out, because obviously it does. All right, let's do that. Well, it wasn't underneath the truck. It's the master cylinder itself. I filled up that reservoir, and it's really hard to tell. Hold on, let me grab a flashlight. There you go, that's brighter. See that wet, what looks like new wet right there at the end of my finger? Yeah, it's leaking from the back of the master. And when you go inside the truck, there's a lot more. Much more evident in here. Yeah, let's see. Oh, it's like the spaghetti of wires here. Oh, there it is. Yep. So, all right. That's actually nice and simple. Just got to replace the master. Like I said, update to power brakes. So we got those right off the bat, and I already found that at Speedway Motors. So get that ordered up and we can start replacing all this stuff. This actually became a little bit nicer than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a whole new brake rebuild, but the drums, shoes, everything looks good. Brake lines looked okay. Or I mean the hoses for sure, and we replaced, but this one is the one I wanted to double check. Oh, that one's, it just looks a lot worse than it is. Yeah, that's just fine. That's just fine. Yeah, nothing wrong there. All right, so yeah, we'll get parts ordered up. We'll check back in when we got parts and we start working on this thing. Well, finally checking back in. I finally have parts. We ordered up pretty much everything from Rock Auto. Set this all in different boxes. So I got new hoses. These are all wheel cylinders, seals, and bearings, and all that is in here. The only thing that is still on order, should be here in a couple days, is the new Master. I did get the one that's upgraded to have a brake booster on it, so that we have some power brakes. But we have parts. We have a truck that is still sitting on jack stands, so let's get after it and get this all together. Well, I don't know what happened to this box, but holy crap, it's been through the ringer. Yeah. So yeah, I've got everything unboxed with Dorman for all the brake parts, and then we got National bearings. Whoops. A37 and A35. This is bearing and race combo, and then I got new seals. See the part number there, 4250. So yeah, let's take those and put them there, I guess. If you're ever working on concrete or outdoors and everything, get yourself one of these pads. Makes life so much nicer. I don't care how young or old you are and how awesome you think your knees are. It makes a world of difference. It takes a lot of fatigue off your legs. Just working on getting the lockout hubcap off one by one. Slowly get them. I've only done lockout hubs. This will be my third set that I've ever done. I did a lockout hub conversion on a 2nd gen Ram. I did my sister's 2012 Ford. And then this one. Other than that, I haven't had any pickups with lockout hubs before. So, I've had quite a few square bodies, and every single one of them with a full-time 4-wheel drive. What is that, an MP203 transfer case? Comment down below. Am I wrong? Am I right? The gear-driven one, where it's locked in all the time. You don't need the lockout, or it doesn't have the lockout. What do you prefer? Do you prefer lockout hubs, or do you like the Chevy's awesome vacuum actuated disconnect front differential? No, I really get annoyed with that. My Sonoma, I had a 99 Sonoma, I deleted that. I just welded that front axle. And then this S10 has the same vacuum actuated system, so that is going bye-bye because I'm putting it on that Bravada transfer case and front differential. So don't have to worry about it anymore. Ew. So I'm going to go ahead and say this has never been off before. I'll get you in here and show you this. So this is what I'm looking at. Get you some light. That I'm glad I got new bearings for this. That looks pretty roached. Okay. So yeah, we'll just keep working, get the rest of this off, and yeah, that I don't even know what to say about that. So I don't know what I'm doing. I was trying to just figure it out, but I'm going to do what most everybody else does. I'm going to look up a YouTube of an F100 servicing lockout hubs and see how this is supposed to be done, and then we'll come back. Okay, I think I got it. I just wasn't prying hard enough. Apparently that ring pops out. I already removed this snap ring, and then that part pops out, and then the actual locking nuts are still back here, which I do have the socket for that. So I'm gonna start reefing and playing with this some more and really get it to come out, and we'll get it. All right, I cannot get that off. It's proving quite difficult. So I am gonna stop recording. I'm gonna try to get that off any means necessary, and I'll be back when it is done. It's never simple, is it? Ha! I win. Between it being rusty and I think it's been like that for a while, so I think the gears, the splines kind of mushroomed out a little bit, wore in. Eventually finally got it. But it is rough. Yeah, this thing has been through the ringer. Yep, that was stuck in there. Cool. I think the issue is, I thought I did this until I looked at it closer. The housing is actually broken right here. It's kind of hard to see. Focus. Yeah, you see that? So I'm guessing as this thing was driving, it was getting water in here, and that's why there's literally no grease and all the rust and everything else. So it's a good thing I'm going to replace the bearings. Hopefully nothing else is messed up in there. I don't know what to do about this. I don't want to replace the whole hub right now. That was not part of the plan. I might hack fix it, push this back down, put a little zip weld right there, and see what that does. Well, I'll maybe try it and see what happens and see if it works. But let's finish taking this off. I thought I had the right socket. I got a 6-prong socket. I'm pretty sure I have a 4-prong somewhere. So I got to go find that, and then I can get these locking nuts out of there and get the hub the rest of the way off and see exactly what's all going on there. Well, as I was digging, it turns out I do not have that 4-prong. I'm going to see if my buddy does. The next issue is this came off, the collar. Problem is, do you see what's still on here? That is one of the locking nuts. And kind of makes sense now. I was wondering, I was looking in here, and I only could see one locking nut. And if you look at the end of the stub shaft, if you can see it very well, kinda, threads are gone. So that tells me that that thing was never really fully seated down, and then it literally just pulled those threads off. So that means that stub shaft is, or spindle shaft, not stub. This is stub. spindle is shot. That, as far as I know, is not repairable. So now it becomes what to do now. I think we're gonna have to pivot a little bit. What I'll do is clean up what I got here, kind of put the wheel on this, and then what we'll do is we'll go to the other front, see what that one looks like. Hopefully, fingers crossed, that one's not all chewed up, and at least we could do 3 out of the 4 wheels as I figure out what I'm going to do with these, because obviously the hub is, well, when I do that, it's out of round too. I don't know, can you see that? Yeah. So yeah, hub is cracked, which I think that's repairable, but still not the best. Spindle shaft is obviously toasted. There's no way to repair that, so might have to look at that. No, I don't want to try to foot the bill for disc brake conversion. Whether or not I find a newer F150 that I can swap it over, that's still a whole freaking truck, or I get the conversion kit, which I know there are out there. I've looked them up, but I think they're running around $1,200 right now. Not what I was looking to do right now. Was trying to get this thing running and driving before next Friday, actually, and that would just be way too much money to spend right now. This is supposed to be a slow, several-year project. As you know, we have money for it. I'll fix it up. That really sucks. So, gonna throw the wheel on, clean up. We'll move to the other side and dig into that one, see what we find there. Well, this side, we have good news. Everything looked fine there, came apart a lot nicer. You can see in there is 2 locking nuts. Everything is still on the spindle. All this looks pretty good. So, yeah, until I can get those locking nuts off of there, don't have much else to do. So this is called a good stopping point for today. Hopefully be back on this tomorrow, maybe with a better idea what to do with the other side. But at least we can go forward on this side and get everything wrapped up and get that done. We can move on to the back still while we're waiting for parts or whatever. I figure out what we're going to do for the other side. But yeah, that's it for tonight. All right, we're back the next day. I went to local Napa, got the 4-post lug, prong, whatever. Socket I needed, so let's get that pulled apart and see exactly what I need. I've been digging around online, and 1, it is really hard to find parts. 2, I'm finding them for Broncos and not for F-Series, and a few things I've been looking at, they aren't compatible, and then I see that they are. So I need to take those off and see what I need, and then go online and actual order what I need. So hopefully I get the right parts. But let's take this off and see what's wrong. Had to get the bigger impact. Big thanks to my buddy. He has all these. I do not have mini Milwaukee's, especially not the big Ooga Dooga impact. All right, well here it is, all its glory. So what I think in the next step is I'm gonna remove this brake line off the back of the wheel cylinder, and then I think can I get to those? I might be able to just get to those. I was thinking about just taking the whole backer plate off with everything on it all at one time, so I could get to this spindle shaft, or spindle shaft, whatever, and go from there, make sure what I need. And then I got the hub out. You can see that crack a little bit better now. Yeah, clear as day. So I think take a look at that, see where I can get that. I think when I'm looking at this, so I found one place that said they have this. It's not a heck of a lot, but they say it's for a Bronco. But it looks identical. So I don't know. Maybe this is the early Dana 44. Yeah, it is a Dana 44. Heard it's because that diff cover looks like a mushroom. It means it's a Dana 44. So there's that. But that looks identical to what I was looking at. The issue I find with this is I found a couple that say they have these, but they're 4 to 6 weeks, and that's just not going to work. So I got to keep looking around, see what I can find. But yeah, I think next let's take this backer plate off and the brake lines, and then go from there. See what I need for that spindle. Well, what we got going on is the brake line. It broke free from the wheel cylinder, but it's stuck on the line itself, so it's wanting to twist it off. Get some squirrel juice here and see if we can get that off of there without breaking it. That would be really nice. Did squirt these yesterday, hoping they'd soak in, but yeah, I'm guessing they haven't been touched since this truck was put together in 1974. So we'll keep working at it, see what we can do. All right, I got some more work done. Went and had some supper, beef stroganoff, homemade, so damn good. Passenger side, much better. Not rusty, just got black as coal grease in there, so needed to be swapped out. And because of that, I am going to change the bearings. Who knows if that's ever been done. So those are going to come out, new seal, and we'll just leave this alone. But yeah, hub looks good to go. Nothing too crazy there, but got new bearings and races for those anyways. But since I can't do anything on the other side until I get a new spindle, and hopefully I can find a hub too, we'll keep going on this. Got a new wheel cylinder in there, and then we'll get this side back together. I was looking at getting this turned before we're done. This one was stuck on here, and in me trying to get it off, I kind of broke that, but at least it's not this part. But no, this one, there is a decent ridge right here. You can kind of see this right here. That was actually holding on to this drum, and I couldn't get it off very easily. But it's off now, so might take that into town, maybe O'Reilly's or whatnot, see if they can get those turned. Do the other one too. The drum on the other side is fine, but it would be nice to just freshen them up just a little bit before we put them all back together. But all right, let's get on this wheel seal and get that all swapped out. Yeah. True to fashion, the old, while I'm here, thing kind of kicked in. I noticed the axle shaft had some moisture around it. I didn't know where the seal was on this. Turns out it is inboard, so I'm going to leave that alone. I could get that some other time. But the steering knuckle has play in it. And that's more of a thing where, you know, I have it here, I have it out. I'm just going to replace it. It's done. So, yeah, spindle and everything is out. When I turned the axle shaft, it sounded pretty crunchy. So I took the spindle off because there is a spindle bearing for the stub shaft on the back side. So I'm just going to replace that, get that over with, put it back together. I know once I do the seal on the inside, I'm going to have to pull this all apart again anyways, but at least it's some less to do, as I could just pull this off and then put it all back together. But good news is the fluid looks actually fairly decent, and it's definitely full because it was, as soon as I pulled the axle shaft out of there, it came out. But no, there's a seal there, there's a bearing and a U-joint. I'm just going to replace that, get it over with, just do it right off the bat, and go from there. I got the hub and the spindle over here. This is the bad one. So what I'm going to do yet tonight is I'm going to get the race out of here and the bearings out of here. Make sure I get the right ones. I already have these, but I want to soak this. I got my old bucket of Purple Power and Evapo-Rust over in the corner. I already got some stuff in there, so I'm just going to throw that in there. Make sure it's good and clean and ready to go. Strip some of this paint and everything off of it, because might as well give it a quick shot of paint when we're all done and whatnot. But yeah, let's get those bearings and races out of there. Those actually came out quite easily, both the race and the bearing. Good, thank goodness. Now let's, already threw the hub in here, so let's get that spindle soaking in the goo. That's probably going to do it for tonight. Don't want to take that U-joint out until I know I can get a new one. And I know I can get these bearings. I've seen these bearings listed, so pretty standard. Yet, oh, USA. So yeah, get these coming. Already got these, put these back in probably tomorrow. I know what hub I need now. Well, not I know what I need, but at least I have a reference and can try to get the correct one here. I'm hoping the one I found off of, God, what was it? It was some Bronco site. They do have F100 parts too, but this really looks like the same one to me. I don't know, I could be completely wrong. I mean, it's a Dana 44. To me, it should be the same, but again, I don't know. I don't know Fords. And I definitely don't know lockout hubs that well. Like I said, this is my third set I've ever done in my life. So, yeah, we'll call that good for tonight. Try to hit it again tomorrow. It's supposed to start getting really hot here. So might only be able to get in here tomorrow, and then after that I don't even want to be outside. So we'll see how it goes and play everything by ear. But yeah, I'll check back in once we're back out here. All right, and we're back again. It is toasty today. So got parts ordered, took quite a bit of time. I finally found the spindle in the hub. Pointing out the wrong side, it's on that side. Got those coming, not sure when they'll be here, hopefully sooner than later. I got a bunch of other stuff coming from LNC Truck. I got some stuff from Speedway Motors. This stuff was from Rock Auto. Went up to Napa, grabbed some more stuff. Yeah, have parts all over the place. Slowly but surely they're coming through. I think we got some stuff coming from Amazon. But since we are waiting for parts, we do have the wheel cylinders, so we can get those on. I'm not sure I'm going to do those tonight. But what I'd like to get tonight is I do have the U-joints for the axles. It'd be nice to get this out of the way. But here's a part number UJ371. So yeah, we'll get these knocked out, get them back in, and throw them back in the truck, and just let them sit until we can get the spindles and everything back together. I got the spindles that from the passenger side soaking in the evaporust right now. So just waiting for everything to be clean. And once I get the other spindle and everything, we can actually put everything together. Trying to find, I have wheel cylinders and everything, or wheel bearings and wheel seals. Tried to get a kit where it's the spindle bearing, the seal, thrust washer, and another axle shaft seal. The kit we found was incorrect. It's supposed to come with everything, and only 3 of the things were in there, and I really want that thrust washer. When I was on this axle shaft, actually, here's the thrust washer on there. Can you see that? There is actually, it's cracked in half. So I'd like to get that replaced. So ordered another set. Hopefully that has everything in it. I'm not sure why the other one didn't. We looked through another brand, and that one had 2 of a seal that wasn't supposed to be in there and whatnot. So it's just all over the place. But we'll eventually get it. But yeah, let's jump on getting these U-joints in. Well, good lesson learned here. I'm usually better about this, but I figured just go for it. I got the wrong size U-joints. The new ones are just tiny bit bigger. And unfortunately, I messed that one up to figure that out. I got an old one out so I can match it to another one. But yeah, that's 40 bucks down the drain. So yeah, I'm gonna go back tomorrow and try to find the correct ones. I figured I'd get them all out and go from there. I already had that one out, so I got to change them. And the passenger side was the one that I really checked and saw that it was bad. So just is what it is. But I'm gonna finish cleaning this up, and that's probably gonna do it for tonight. I'll, like I said, go to the parts store tomorrow and see if I can find the right ones. Just kidding. A little frustrated, so I figured I'd try to get something else done. I'm going to put the wheel cylinders on the backer plates. Decided I wanted to paint them too, because I am going to paint the knuckles. That's why I'm wire brushing those and everything else. So I try to paint stuff as I put it back on, just to make it look nicer, keep the rust away from it a little bit longer. So I already did one here, so I'll get that one. Focus. Why is it not focusing? There you go. So, driver's side, passenger side. I'll get that one all wire reeled up, cleaned up, and then we'll give her a good coat of paint. And then from there, we'll get the wheel cylinders on. And that's that. Gotta let those dry for at least an hour before I can even touch them, and I'm gonna wait for tomorrow before I try to put the wheel cylinders on. But yeah, I think we'll call it a night. It is getting pretty late out, and got some fireworks to maybe go to tonight. So pull those inside, let them dry, and hopefully be back tomorrow with the correct U-joints so we can get that back together at least, and then we just have to wait for the other parts to show up. All right, and we're back the next night. It is 9 o'clock right now. It is still warm as hell. We got well over 100 degrees here in several cities across North Dakota. So I was not going to be out in the shop doing anything anytime soon until it cooled off a little bit. We got a nice breeze. It's pretty nice, but try to get something done tonight. I got the right U-joints Made sure to measure them to the one I already had. So let's get these things together and at least get them shoved back in there. I got some other parts on order. I found the right bearing and seal kits for the spindles. I had to get those from Summit Racing. That took a little bit to try to find. People had them. Everywhere had to order them. I just had to end up finding who had the best shipping basically for them, because I need to try to get them here so I can get this thing done by next Friday. But anyways, tonight, at least do the axle shafts. We'll see what time it is once that's done. Kind of like to get this thing even further buttoned up, so maybe doing brake lines as well. But let's get going. Man, it's amazing how much easier that goes when you have the right parts. Yeah, my fault. But that's already done. I'm going to give a quick shot of paint. Got them drying off the first coat. And I'll throw them in here in a little bit. Meantime, I got my backer plates here all painted up. Those look super nice. So what I think I'm going to do is going to lay down some cardboard or something. And we'll get those all finished up, which is basically just put the brake adjuster back in there. I took them off because one of them was seized, threw them in some Revalpo rust. Doing great now, lube them up. But yeah, put the wheel cylinders on and the brake adjuster, and yeah, just basically let them sit and wait until we can get the spindle back on and whatnot. So yeah, let's jump onto that next. I figured this time, before I get too crazy, I should actually double check and make sure that the new and old match up. And they don't. Said the 334 was the front left, and this port is on the wrong side, so let's see what that front right looks like. 37 333333333. Yeah, this one, the port's on the correct side. It's kind of, I can actually take this one out. See, old one, new one. But definitely on Rock Auto says this is for the front right, which passenger side. Nope. All right, well, flip-flop them then, I guess. I got the right ones, just not called out correctly. I'll get this one installed and call it good. Well, brakes are all back together. Put the wheel cylinders on there and whatnot. I went at the knuckles with wire wheel and some paint just to kind of freshen those up too. I do have a little bit more time that I want to spend out here, so I think I'm going to tackle the brake lines. Let's get to it. This is going to be a quick sign off because my battery is about to die on the phone. So brake lines are in both sides, and I'm going to call it a night. I'm going to be back at it tomorrow. It's supposed to be like 107 and something like that tomorrow. So probably going to do it early in the morning, take a break during the day, and come back at night. But we'll get back on her and we'll keep plugging away. Good night. And we're in the back. Survived another hot day. I think this hottest I saw it was like 103, 104. It is now 9 o'clock and it's still 91. 92, something like that. Yeah, it's still warm, but need to get some work done on this. Plan is to work on the rears. Really the only thing that I know of for now is replace the wheel seals or wheel cylinder and the rubber brake hose. Get those done, and then I might just button this up, throw the tires back on. Yeah, these tires are shot, but they hold air and they're good enough to roll the 3 blocks we need to go to for the car show. That's this Friday. It's Sunday today, so awesome. But yeah, we'll keep working on that and see where we get tonight. Let's go. Alright, so left side's all done, got the new hose in there. This is actually supposed to be under here, that's the breather. But when I took it out, it's actually broken just a hair under there. So, look at my hand. So, here we go. So yeah, it's broken just a little bit under there, so I'm going to have to get a new breather, and it's just going to have to ride there. But, yeah, I'm going to have to bend that to where it should be. It looks like someone bent it back. So I got my own hose adjustment tool here. Let's see. Oh, all you see is my finger, sorry. Let's see here. Bend. There we go. A little bit more. That part of the shock is stationary, so that's fine. There we go. There. Perfect. Alright, now onto the driver's side. Or passenger side. I'm just gonna knock that one out real quick and come back when it's all done. Well, there we are. So got axle shafts back in. Those are pretty simple. The rear is down on all 2 tires. So, yep, brakes are set. I'm gonna have to dig back into these. I'd like to replace the brake lines that are across the axle, and I gotta get that breather bolt in. And when I took that drum off, I noticed the shoes are backwards. I've always been told that the bigger pad has to be on the rear, and the bigger pad was on the front. It was the big to back is what I heard. I don't know. Maybe I am wrong. Let me know. But yeah, I double checked that, but I'm pretty sure that's wrong. Gonna leave it for now. It's gonna work. Like I said, we got to go 3 blocks to the car show, and that's the big goal right now. This side, a little bit of a snafu, you want to call it. This is why I hate new parts. So on the other side, this axle shaft slipped right in, but if you could see this, see how that is square, flat top, and this is, oh, you probably can't see it, there it is. You can see that this is beveled, so the corners aren't so proud. Yeah, that's for a reason, so you can get it inside there. It is too big. These U-joints, left and right, are the same part number, the same manufacturer. I really get with inconsistency of new parts. It is so bad ever since the 2020, and everybody knows what happened there. Just nothing but issues after issues of bad parts. It's just so stinking bad, brand new parts. So stinking annoying. Wrong parts or just blatantly wrong or bad. So I'm going to do the right thing, and I'm just going to hit it with the old angle grinder, kind of get the corners off of there and get that back in there, and it'll be just fine. shouldn't have any issues. It's just really, really frustrating that I even have to do that. But tomorrow, we're kind of running out of time here, and I still got a lot to do. It's supposed to be near 100 again tomorrow, but got a full-time job, so got to be there, you know. Got to be able to pay for all this too. So, no. So the plan is tomorrow is I got the new master cylinder. That's going to be the next major thing that really needs to be done. So I'd like to get that tackled right away because that's going to probably take me until it's 11 o'clock at night right now. So that's probably going to be the same thing. It's going to take me quite a while, more than likely, to get that all done. And then we should get some new parts from LMC. Maybe I'll get my wife out here. I got some new lenses just to freshen these up. And then neither one of these work, and they just look kind of ratty. And then the back here, this one's completely missing. The pigtail is in here, so that's not a problem. Someone broke that while loading this onto the trailer. I don't know who did that. But you know, I'm replacing one, I might as well replace the other. The other one is here, but it is broken, so you know, change them, make them somewhat nice, nicer. That wasn't much to get those from LMC. So yeah, do that, and then we got to find time to wash this thing too. I'd like to at least give it a good scrub down before Friday. So yeah. Get my wife out here to help, and then once the rest of the parts aren't going to show up till Wednesday, so as soon as they show up Wednesday, I got Wednesday, Thursday to get this thing ready and washed, and then Friday, I think the show starts at like 6 or 5, I'm not sure, something like that, and yeah, need to be able to get there. Still don't know if the clutch works on this thing. I know it engages, but we don't know if the clutch actually works, so this could be all for naught, and we can stop if it could go and the engine runs, but who knows if it actually does move. We'll find out when we're ready to go, I guess. But yeah, it's 11 o'clock, it's late, I'm gonna go to bed. Have a good night. And we're back the next evening. I had to wait till it cooled down again, got off work and everything. So again, plan is tonight is to try to replace that master. Got the new master with brake booster, power booster, from Speedway. They had the conversion kit, said it's supposed to direct swap, didn't need to change the proportion valve or anything, according to the website. So let's hope I grab the right part, because that would really stink otherwise. So yeah, let's work on getting that. I have been soaking the brake fittings down, line fittings down, so that hopefully those just crack loose. And yeah, you can see what time it is. It's 8:45. It's still 91 degrees out. Back to the weather. 91 degrees at 8:45. Warmest my truck saw today was 106. That is horrible. That is absolutely horrible. No, just bad. But all right, let's get to getting this brake booster off and getting the new one on. So that's off. I'm waiting for what's going to go wrong because that was too simple. But let's unbox this guy. Just noticed this was boxed with care by Drewby. Thanks, Drewby. All right, got everything out. Box with a box. It had the booster in there. There's the master. I got brackets. I got adjustable rod, and I got a boot. Das Boot. All right, so we'll look at the instructions, get this together, and get it installed in the truck. Follow along here. master and booster is in. That went decently smooth, actually. I was really surprised. So we'll come back to that tomorrow, get everything hooked up. We gotta wait till we get the rest of the parts for it before we can finish it. But yeah, that's actually a really big major step done. I'm really happy how actually simple that was. Thank you, Speedway. Speedway Motors. Ooh, hey, don't forget that. Ugh, trying to do this one-handed. Sorry about the shoddy camera work here. There we go. Okay, just wanted to get that back on. But yeah, the pedal's not wanting to return. I think the Heim joint in there is actually hanging up. You can hear it just squeaks to beat hell coming in and out. But I'll take a look at that tomorrow and see what's going on. But to wrap up tonight, had my buddy's kid pack the bearings. So now it's time to get the races in here. Once the races are in here, seals and the bearing, this thing is ready to put back on and I don't have to worry about it. So let's do that quick and call her a night. All right, and that is it for tonight. The hub is ready to go. Just got this in there so that it doesn't get extra dust and dirt because it's not going to be till Wednesday. It's Monday today. But that brake master is in. That's a huge, huge win. Just got to figure out why the pedal's hanging up. But no, that was pretty straightforward and easy to put in. I'm really happy about that. We're coming along here. I got some extra parts from LMC. I got these, so maybe tomorrow we'll put that on, do a good before and after. What else do we need to do? Gotta wait on this until Wednesday. Just seeing what I got for parts back here. Yeah, that's the LMC parts. Yeah, I think that's really it. We'll probably do lights and then maybe figure out the pedal tomorrow. And then go from there on what else we can maybe do. To get further along, maybe start soaking down the engine with some degreaser or whatnot. Cleaning out the interior would be a big plus because mouse poop and whatnot. So yeah, that's gonna call it a night. It's 11 o'clock again and gotta go to work tomorrow. Have a good night. All right, we're back. It's hot. Got out here a little bit earlier, but it was only 97 today. So it's 6:40 this time. So hopefully you get a little bit more time to work on it. Anyways, we are going to do something quite a bit different. We're changing gears. I need to wait for parts, and in the meantime, there's some other stuff I need to do. Like I said last night, I need to put new lenses on. I really need to clean the interior. So let's do that. I'm not going to do a full rotor-rooter of the interior, but I'm going to at least vacuum it out, try to get things disinfected a little bit. Get it smelling better in there. We do have an ozone machine, so once it's all clean in there, gonna run the ozone machine again and try to kill whatever smells we can. But yeah, let's do just the small little stuff and get this thing that much closer. That's it. That was pretty easy. Wasn't thinking that I should have grabbed new 194 bulbs for the markers. This one's missing a pigtail, so I'll have to order that. I know LMC has them. I know O'Reilly has them in the Dorman help aisle. So I'll have to grab one of those and get that wired up. That's easy enough to do, whatever. Grab some bulbs just so they're all new. The rear taillights came with bulbs. But that looks much better. Not faded, cracked, broken out. It's kind of hard to tell, you know, at least, you know, that's there. Everything's together. That one's not broken out. So these are the only taillights I saw in LNC truck, unless I was missing something. They're not the same. There's 2 extra bolt holes here. They aren't meant, there is a divider right here. These taillights aren't meant to accept that. I got gaskets too, and the gaskets are meant to block that off where the reflector is. So the taillight buckets were already broken anyways. I'm gonna get new taillight buckets, and I'm guessing that'll correct that. Someone want to let me know, is this just a common taillight with another model or brand, and they just, you know, do one for all? But yeah, that was kind of, I wasn't expecting that. And at least they fit, and they do look better. They're in there. I got new bulbs, so that'll be much nicer. Not all broken and nasty. Same thing with this. The F100 on the other side, it's missing the 1, I think. Or it's missing something. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, this is a F00. I was going to get new of these on LMC, and I will. It's just, I think those were like 50 bucks a piece. So right now, we'll just call that good. I don't believe this is an XLT. There is an XLT badge right here. Look kind of cool. I'm like, how much is it? Yeah, that's like 150 by itself. Stainless is all here, thank goodness. That was not pretty price tag, so thank goodness it's here. It needs to be straightened, but it's here. I do need a new grill. Looks like someone did paint this. Let me know in the comments. Okay, so I was told this is a 74, but when I go look at the grills on LMC truck, this is for 75 and newer, or 76 and newer. And the 74 has more of like an egg crate, and it extends over around the headlight buckets as well. Yeah, let me know, is this the right grill for a 74, or did someone put this 76 grill in a 74, or is this not even a 74? I don't have the title yet for this. I'm still waiting for that. So I'm only going by what I was told, that this is supposed to be a 74. But yeah, eventually we'll get that. LMC has this. This isn't really that bad. I think it was like $85 for the whole grill there, and that'd be a huge facelift, but I kind of had to pick and choose what we were doing here. Lighting was more important than having the grill, so we'll get to it. But yeah, that's that as far as lighting. Now it's time to tackle this nastiness. So you can imagine, this thing has been sitting in a farm shop. Father-in-law was really good about setting traps. He checked them twice a day with his dog. Like, was great. But this thing did get set outside and away from all, you know, that protection of the mouse traps and whatnot. And yep, there's quite the funk. It's kind of dirt, some oil, and mouse is what you got going on in here. There's that ozone. I already ran it twice in here. Didn't really seem to help. Need to take away the source of the smell and then go from there. We do have a new seat cover for this. I'm going to try to clean this as best as I can, get that on there. Carpet, I'm not going to worry about actually upholstery cleaning it. There is holes in the floor. I mean, this thing is pretty rust-free. I mean, rockers, cab corners, it's all there. But you can see maybe... See, it's kind of dipped down right. Oh, yeah, you actually can see. Yeah, there's some daylight right there. Yeah, there's a good ventilation hole right there. Same thing on the other side. So that carpet's going to come out. We'll get some new stuff in there eventually. Like I said, we're thrashing to get this to the car show now, but this is going to be a several-year project because we got this one to work on, and we need to get this so we can, you know, run and drive and be proud to drive it around. Which, you know, as long as it's running and driving, that's fine. I do have a 79 GMC square body. I'd really like to get that one up and going. That one is going to be the next run and drive revival, you want to call it. Will it run? So that would be really nice to get that thing going so we could drive that one around as well. And I got to get back on the S10. The S10 is motor and transmission is sitting right here. So I'd like to get back to that too. So I mean, gonna have to just, you know, it's this month it's this one, this month it's this one, you know, whatnot. So this is just thrashing to get this thing so it is drivable and movable, and we can take it into town or whatnot if we want to. But yeah, that being said, let's tackle getting it vacuumed out and try to get some of the smell out of there. Yeah, it's not going to be good. All right. Alright, so that's done. That was gross. I've had worse, but that is gross. I'm kind of making an executive decision here, is that carpet is coming out now. Big old nest, all the mouse in here. If I don't even feel comfortable riding in here at all, once the air starts circulating, we're going to wipe everything down and whatnot, but all it takes is this stuff to start getting going. I know it doesn't look good under here. We could put some mud or some floor mats over that as for now, but yeah, that carpet's gonna have to come out. It's just 3 bolts on either side and the seat can come out, and I think that's what I'm gonna do, is pull the seat out and just cut the rug up in pieces and pull it out of there. Still needed a vacuum anyways, because I don't want to deal with all that crap that was on it while I'm trying to get it out of there. So yeah, let's pull the seat out of here and really get this thing cleaned out. Be a lot better, smell will be better, and everything in between. So let's get to it. All right, we got the seat out, the carpet out. I went in through here with Lysol disinfecting spray, wiped it down. I had disinfecting wash, wiped it down with some water, and I went through again with the disinfecting spray and sprayed everything down again. So I think we are okay now. What I still probably will do though is when it comes time to pressure wash this, if I haven't gotten the seat back in, which I might just leave it out on purpose, is I might just pressure wash this out just to really make sure every piece of grime and everything else is out of here and I don't have to worry about it. But yeah, I think it's clean, and I think I'm gonna move on to actually doing some interior cleaner. I've used this bling sauce on my other vehicles, and it actually worked really well. So I'm gonna try it on this, and hopefully it brings it back to life a little bit. It's a bit dingy, a little rough looking, but I mean it was a farm truck, so what do you expect? But yeah, let's see what we can get it to look like. On a side note, I wrote my friend's kid into chrome polishing all the rims. So, you know, looks pretty dingy and whatnot. He did this one, and you can see the shimmer from here. That is so much nicer. Looks good. Where's the other tire? There's another tire. Be easier to tell. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so that's what it started out as. I mean, they don't look horrible, but they're definitely not. They're pretty dull. We're just using some turtle wax, turtle chrome polish, and yeah, it looks much, much better. I think we'll call that a night. I want to do a little bit more interior cleaning. Got some bristle brushes, but batteries all died, and something's just telling me I need to just go in and go to bed. I got about as far as I can get anyways. Besides, I scrubbed the interior. It's good. I just probably can get it cleaner. We'll just leave it as is, and if I could get to it, I can get to it. If I can't, I can't. Like I said, I'm debating on getting getting the pressure washer in here. Depending on, we got the ozone generator going right now. I don't know how well that's going to work because, I mean, there's giant holes in the floor. But at least try it, see what happens. Should have the rest of my parts tomorrow, which is the hub and the spindle for here, and the spindle bearings as well as the spindle seals. Oh, fingers crossed. Hopefully they come in. They're coming from Jeff's Bronco Graveyard. And then I'm getting some stuff from Summit, so it's all supposed to be here tomorrow, according to tracking still. And it's coming UPS, so I trust that a little bit better than if it's coming like USPS or something. Yeah, call it a night. Thanks for watching. See you guys later. All right, back. Actually been able to get out here 3 nights in a row now. So, well, 4 nights, 5 nights. Okay, yeah, I can count. All right. Well, UPS did not deliver all my parts. I ordered another set of the spindle seal and bearing, which means, and it didn't show up, which means I can't do this side. I got the stuff from Jeff's Bronco, which oddly enough came from UPS, but for some odd reason the other route got delayed. So I can at least get the driver's side completely buttoned up. And that is the goal for tonight, at the very least, is to get that all buttoned up. So yeah, hopefully, I haven't got any confirmation on the stuff for this side yet. I'm really hoping that I can get that tomorrow and get that wrapped up tomorrow. The whole plan is when I get that stuff, was to take this, and tomorrow was just all day washing it. But gonna have to figure something out in the meantime. But yeah, let's stop talking, get the other side done, buttoned up, and at least we're that much closer. Get the stuff out of here, show you what we got going on. So this is the hub that I grabbed. It says Bronco front drum, but looking on the website, it definitely does. It did say that this was for this year truck. Oh, and I found old insurance cards. This thing is definitely was registered as a 74, so I don't know if LMC just has the years mixed up or what, because it wasn't saying that grill should have been on a 74. Again, you know, comment in there, maybe I was looking at it wrong or what, but from what I saw, it wasn't, that's not the right grill. So there's the hub, got the spindle, spindle part number, like that. Is there any other labeling? No. Come on, get out of there. Alright. I got such a pile of garbage and boxes. Yeah, it looks like I gotta press in some studs, which means hammer them. Here's the spindle seal kit, Yukon. This is everything that I was hoping to get. It was a Spicer part number, and it was supposed to have come today for the other side, but at least I can get this side done. Yep, the bearing, the spindle nuts and washer were all messed up on the old one because the studs were all stripped out. So I got a new one of those, and then just for grins and giggles, I got a brand new lock rings and everything else for the lockout hubs on here. Actually, oddly enough, oh yeah, there it is. There's the O-ring. It's like I didn't see an O-ring when I took those off, but yeah, that is there. But yeah, that's new seals and everything for that. So I got this came. Wish I would have known that already, but it's too late. I already ordered stuff. So this came with races already installed. So all I have to do is just I got an extra set of race, I guess. Pack the bearings, throw those in here. I didn't see if it has. I doubt it has a wheel seal because you can't put that on until you get the bearings on. Come here. Oh, yeah, obviously, and it's not in the bag. So I think we'll start with that. I'll get the wheel studs going, and then get the bearings packed, get the seal on, and then this is all done, and then I'll work on this. So yeah, let's get to it. I just got to put the seal in. Which is the wrong wheel seal. Bearings are right. This is not, and I just get it all full of grease. Well, I got that from Rock Auto, so I'm not really able to return it anyways. So when you look these up, it says these are for a Dana 44 or a Dana 30. And, well, this is Dana 44 seal, so I need a different seal. Damn it. That kind of puts a halt on tonight, too. All right, I'm going to regroup, figure out what I can do, and I'll come back. Well, after spending the last hour digging, I finally found a seal. When I looked on the website where I got this, Jeff's Bronco, it was calling out a 4250 seal. So either they're unaware that this bore is just a hair more undersized than OEM, or this is incorrect. It's supposed to be 3.03 seal size. This is at like 3.22, so it's way too small. That's way too much of an interference fit. Took some measurements, just Googled the measurements I needed, found a Timken part number. It was a 471-271, comes out just exactly what I need. And it comes up as a spindle wheel seal, and everywhere it has it. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to wait till tomorrow to finish this up. So just gonna keep rolling. I do have the stuff I need for the spindle, so I'm gonna get that bearing in there, and thrust washer. I already put the back of the spindle seal, the kind of the slinger seal on there. So I'll get that together, and then we'll go from there and see what else I could get done tonight. Yeah, that really threw a wrench in it times two. Shipping and then seal. So let's just keep rolling. luckily enough, my buddy's kid ran down to Napa and grabbed the seal I needed. Apparently the part number 471271 was discontinued, so he grabbed me the right one. 24898. I got my flashlight on right now and it's blinding the hell out of me. So yeah, this should work. Let's try to put it in there. Hopefully I don't ruin it. But yeah, we can keep going tonight. All right, everything is on. Took a little to figure out everything, but yeah, everything is on. Everything fit. I was a little worried at first. The bearings were super tight, like trying to get onto the spindle. It kind of made me worried that they were the wrong size bearings. And the way things have been going, I would not have been surprised. I would have been very frustrated, but I wouldn't have been surprised. All right, we'll just recap real quick. Driver's side is done. That was a bit of a ordeal. I was putting the drum back on, and previously I just pulled the drum off. Didn't have any issues whatsoever. Well, apparently these studs, it's pressed on. So only two of them got pressed on, and as I was pressing it on, I didn't realize wasn't thinking, and I pushed all the other ones out that I already had been pressed in. So that was just, it's done now though. It's done. Cool. I'm okay. Anyways, that's done. Brakes need to be bled. I need to do this side. Like I said, hopefully tomorrow that spindle bearing and seal show up, and we can get done with that. And then that is it. I gotta throw the seat back in, but like I said, I'm hoping that I can pressure wash that out before we do that. This would have been done a long time ago, but I spent like over an hour trying to figure out the seal business and all this other stuff, so that really set me back. So that hub is already all set up and ready to go. All I need to do is put the spindle bearing in, and obviously now I know I need to, well, this one's the old stud, so the drum should just pop right on. That side should get done pretty quickly, as long as everything's good to go with the parts I get tomorrow. Oh, I'm just hoping, because I want to get this thing all nicely pressure washed and everything else before it gets too late. I got a gas powered pressure washer. It's late, I'm tired. And it's 11 o'clock right now, so I definitely should not be running that at 11 o'clock, pissing off the neighbors. But yeah, I'm tired, it's late. We got what we need to get done. Have a good night. And we're back. This is the last day, last chance. Let's get going. Yeah, it is the last day. Car show is tomorrow. We still got that hub to put on. So I finally got the parts. I was literally driving home from work, and I got the notification that UPS dropped this off. So that's a little too close. So yeah, should have the parts I need. Just gotta get that spindle all subbed up. It's just gotta put that bearing in and whatnot, and that should be what we need to do. And throw it on. Once that's on, we'll regroup and figure out what we need to do from there. Probably bleed brakes would be a good idea. But let's get this done and move on. it's back together. Got the lines all tightened down. Everything is there. Everything moves right. I'm gonna rebleed the master again real quick, hook up those lines, and then we'll start bleeding the brake lines and get this thing out of here. Let's do it. Well, there she is. It's down on all fours. Got all the brakes bled. That was a bit of an ordeal, but they're all bled. Buddy helped me get that going. So battery is hooked up. Next thing to do is fire her back up. Hopefully she fires good, and drive her over to my house so I can try to get her somewhat cleaned for tomorrow. As long as the brakes work and the clutch works, we're gonna go to a car show. So let's fire her up. First time this is probably gonna end up moving in over a decade. Hopefully, we'll see. Oh wow, tons of pedal. Oop. Make sure she's in neutral. Come on, girl. I got like no gas pedal here. Is my linkage disconnected?
Oh, you got that cover still on the carburetor. It ain't gonna stuck there.
I put a cover on the carburetor so that it didn't get stuff that fell down in there, and I forgot to take it off. So, had a really good choke on it.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, let's try that again. There we go. Woo! Ooh, I want ice cream. All right, let's here, try her. See if she got brakes and she moves. And here we go. Got her out of the shop, but first time driving in at least a decade. See if I can shift here. This thing actually idles and runs really nice. Brakes need a little bit of adjustment. They're a little loose, but they stop good once you get the pedal down there. Trying to drive and shift all at the same time here. Yeah, the brakes are actually really good. They just need, you just got to use a lot of the pedal to get there. Big lumbering bugger. There. There's no e-brake, so yeah. It's late. It's 9:30. This is about the earliest I thought I'd ever get out of here, but yeah. With that, she is in gear and done. Ugh. Just gonna leave the window open so it can air out. Shut the lights off, but yeah. There she is. First time in over a decade. Running, driving, stopping, all the above. Guessing the smoke is from all the ATF I put in there. But yeah. I never get it. We'll get it later. I was gonna pop the hood, but yeah, I think tomorrow we'll wash her up and we'll get her to the car show. I'll make sure to film along with that. But yeah, this quite the thrash to get this thing where it is, and I couldn't be happier. Wife is ecstatic too. She saw it as I was driving through and trying to clean up the back end of it. But yeah, this is pretty awesome. We'll see what she looks like when we get her all shined up. Not gonna buff it or anything like that. We're just gonna wash it. But yeah, this is awesome. I'm pretty damn happy. But yeah, I'm gonna call it a night. It's late. Well, it's actually early compared to the other nights. I can actually take a little bit of a relaxing evening for a change. And we'll hit it again tomorrow and get this thing washed up. Have a good night. All right, it's time to give this girl a bath. She is dingy, dirty, and ready for it. I got my pressure washer. I got some cleaner. Got a foam cannon. I'm gonna fill that with degreaser for the engine and underneath in the chassis and whatnot. So yeah, let's just get right to it. And there we are. I know, hair looks amazing. All cleaned up. Doesn't look too much different. I don't know. Have to really look in the video from before, see if it looks any better, different, or whatnot. Engine was super grimy. Let me see if I can get this. I think I have it somewhat popped. There we go. That's better. Actually, it looks like a Ford Blue engine. Got a lot of the grime off of there. Now, hopefully it's not too soaked and I can actually get it started. Yeah. Oh, there she is. I'm running late. I got about 10 minutes to try to take a quick shower, get dressed, and get this thing down to the car show. So I'll see you down there. And that is a wrap. back home. Didn't want to do this at the car show because I'm still kind of awkward when I talk in front of this thing, even when I'm at home. But yeah, the thing did well. Everybody liked it. It's a cool story behind it. So what's next? Nothing. It's going to go back to the way we do everything else. I knew we were thrashing to get this thing to the car show, and we did it. We made it in the nick of time. So now it's just going to be, all right, we got a little bit extra. We'll put this part on there. We'll do this. We'll, you know, piecemeal it together. So it'll come back in and come back out of the basically video lineup, and we'll just keep working on it till she's all done. Who knows how long that'll take, but it's a slow process. It's not going to be all done at one time. But thank you everybody for watching. Thanks for the support. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, you know, every bit. Have a good one.